So Nigel and Diane here. We are planning a trip over to Europe in about 4 weeks' time. We're keeping our options open, but we think we'll probably go for about 6 weeks. And the reason we can keep our options open is because we're sort of trying to move our lives from... Sorry, I'll just stop there. Diane's not taller than me. I'm actually walking in a ditch down here because the path is only very narrow. Right, so as I was saying, we are trying to move our lifestyle away from a business that has kept us quite busy for a number of years and almost into semi-retirement. And so, in preparation for that, we're starting to spend more and more time away from the business and more time in the van. And so we thought we'll go and do, initially we thought we'd go and do 4 weeks, and then we had a look at our commitments into the following month, into October. Yeah. And we sort of said, well, actually, look, we can do another couple of weeks there. So had a chat with the guys at work who said, yeah, no problem at all. Oh, can you hear that? Buzzard. Anyway, so like I said, we'll probably go for about 6 weeks. We've got no real route or plan in mind. And we're a bit torn. Do we go over to Calais and then spend a bit of time exploring France, or
our preferred route?
Our preferred route, thank you. Our preferred route is France, probably into Brussels, along the bottom of Brussels through the Ardennes and southern Germany maybe, excuse me, and then Switzerland or into northern Italy. And because of the time of year we're going, we're thinking if we sort of do all the mountainy bits earlier on and then come south a little bit, we'll sort of hopefully be chasing the better weather all the time. So we can drop out of northern Italy and then down onto the Mediterranean coast, probably into the south of France and back up through France. That's roughly what we've got planned. You'll have to sort of come back and see us in a few weeks' time and see how we're getting on. One of the places we've never been is the Dolomites, and so quite keen to go and have a look around there, see what that's all about. And the Italian lakes as well. I've been many years ago as a child with my family, but Diane's never been there, and they are pretty spectacular. So that's another bit we're quite keen to go and see. So that's probably what's going to drive us in that direction to northern Italy. We've got to get hold of a couple of animal health certificates. Now, I'll let Diane tell you a bit more about this, but my understanding is they're valid for 4 months.
Yep.
And we have to get one within 10 days of travel. Is that right?
Yes, we've got 10 days to travel when it's issued.
Right. However, when we went to our vets here in Yorkshire...
Yeah, they wanted 280 for the first dog and 80 for the second dog.
So what's that, £360?
Yeah. So we had to look. There is a good Facebook group as well called Animal Health Certificate UK. But we'd also put out on Instagram, and people had recommended Abbywell Vets, which I think is just about 10-15 minutes from the tunnel, and we seem to be, I think it's £99 or £100 for the first and 30 for the second.
So, just very quickly,
130.
That's the Channel Tunnel at Folkestone, and the idea is that we'll be able to stop via these vets in Folkestone and get the actual certificate before we get onto the tunnel.
Yeah, you have to do it by email, a form to fill in. We're just in the process of doing that now, giving loads of notice and sending off the copy rabies certificate with it as well, so we can update you on the full procedure. But again, from people that have used them, it seems to be really good. And of course, if you're going abroad again, you need another animal health certificate, and they do a reduced price for that as well, so definitely worth knowing.
And a point to note, what we've got to do is you've got to make sure your dogs have got their rabies jabs up to date.
Yep.
And we've got our vet in Yorkshire who will email.
It's copy of clinical notes down to
Right.
Abbey
So
Well
all the
vets.
dogs' clinical stuff will get emailed down to the Abbey Well vets in Folkestone. They produce the form. We go via their place on the way out. They've got to scan the microchips in the back of the dogs, fill in the form. We reckon it's about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we're good to go.
And we seem to be able to park there as well. As I say, we'll put the link below on the Facebook group, but definitely worth having a read through that as well.
Yeah. We've got to do something before we come back again, haven't we?
Have to get their tapeworm.
Right.
No more than 5 days and no less than 24 hours.
So we've got to go to a European vet's before we come back. Okay, so we think we've got the dogs' stuff in order. You've just got to make sure your vets are on board, and we'll send your dog's clinical notes down to Folkestone. But it seems at the moment to be one of the cheapest options. Sorry, we're going through a kissing gate. Yeah, so it seems to be one of the cheaper options for getting your health certificates, but £130 all in against 360. Well, you know. Okay, we're back again. The phone was playing up a bit there. So yeah, we've got to go via a pet check-in place at the tunnel.
Well, apparently when we get there, we will get a hanger for the front windscreen, which has a paw mark on it, to show people that we need to do a pet check-in. And you have to take that hanger with you when you go in the building, and I think your dogs as well. And when you do the pet check-in, and if everything's okay, then you'll get the hanger for marking which train or carriage that you're on at that point.
So that's it for this one, guys. We've still got a fair bit of work to do to get the van ready and ourselves ready for this trip in September. We'll keep you up to date both on YouTube and on our Instagram. I'll put a thing up on the screen now. I hope you follow along, and do feel free to drop us any messages, or if you've got any ideas of good places to stop on our route, please fire them below in the comments, and all sort of top tips are greatly received. Okay, we'll catch you next time.